everybody, and welcome to my channel. On today's episode, I will be doing everyday cleaning, organizing, and just picking up daily messes. These are things that I do every single day, so if you want some cleaning motivation, stay with me and let's do this together. I like to start my day by getting all the dishes done. If I didn't do them the night before, then I always do them the next morning. I like to do everything during my child's nap. It just makes things easier, and then I can spend the time with him. A little bit about me is I'm a wife, and I am a mom, and I'm also a stepmom. My son is almost a year, and my stepson is 9 years old. I'm also currently pregnant with our third child, and it's a little girl this time, and we're super excited. We live in South Central Alaska, and right now it's fall, and our temperatures are in the mid 40s to high 50s. It's not so bad, but pretty soon we're going to be seeing our first bit of snow. In fact, the mountains have snow right now, which means it's just time that it's going to be in our backyard. We've gotten snow as early as the end of September, and then it doesn't go away until the end of May. So we have a very long winter, and with that long winter comes a lot of darkness, where we only have maybe 4 or 5 hours of daylight a day. So after I get done with the dishes, I like to clean my sink out. This time I'm using the pink stuff. I'd never used it before, and I was really impressed. I usually use Barkeeper's Friend, but this time I decided to try this. I'd seen it on all the other reels that I watch, and I thought, well, let's give it a try. Well, it actually made my sink kind of a squeaky clean, like all of the water beaded up and just rolled right off of my sink, and I was pretty impressed. I usually use Barkeeper's Friend, or I have used the Scrub Daddy Power Paste. That works pretty well too, but this was by far one of the best things I've used on my sink.
I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with the moon. Take a trip around your body.
With my son's bottles, I like to use an antibacterial soap and to just get out all of the grime, because I find that formula leaves a little bit of a residue. It's kind of an oily residue on them. And then once I get done scrubbing them out, I put them into the sterilizer.
Made me feel alive. I was in the dark and baby, you're the light. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed, got me upside down, spinning around you.
Next thing I like to do is I like to get a load of laundry in. I like to start it at the beginning of the day, and then I switch it over, and then I have plenty of time to get it folded by the end of the day. I usually do at least one load a day, and with the ever-increasing children in the house, it has been up to 2 or 3 loads a day. If you guys saw, probably at the beginning of the video, I had a jar of bromelain sitting on my counter, and I use that and sprinkle it on my dog's food because he is a 9-month-old lab, and he has this little problem of eating his poop. So we were told to do that, and it's a pineapple extract, and I guess it makes their poop a little bit bitter, and so they don't want to eat it.
Upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds.
After the counters are cleaned off, I like to wipe them down. I'm using just some Clorox wipes right now because we had a sick kid in the house, and I just find that I want to use, instead of an all-purpose spray, I like to use a antibacterial and antiviral wipe. I'm using the pink stuff again, trying it on my stovetop, and I was impressed with it yet again. It left my stovetop super shiny.
If you love me, good, good, good with the moon and the sun comes up, then I love you too. I do, 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 do. Come on, get me in a mood, 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 mood. I don't wanna think about the world before you. Tunnel vision, I only know you. Lying in my arms, echo on the ladder.
I'm going ahead and wiping down my table right now. This is the Mrs. Meyer's Daily Cleaner, and it's in the peony scent. I love this one. Of all of them, I like them. In fact, they don't have them in our stores, so I had to buy them on Amazon, and I got like a 3-pack for a pretty good deal on Amazon. I'm folding some laundry right now, and I like to do it in the living room because I like my son to join in. He loves to just play with the laundry, and even though it takes me twice as long, I still don't care because he just loves it so much. My living room is an absolute mess nightmare with kids' toys right now, but that's okay. This is the season of life I'm in, and if anybody has known me, they have known that I am kind of a clean freak, and I would have never put up with toys in the living room before, and now I just don't care. As long as my son is happy and he's playing and he's thriving, there can be toys everywhere because I can always pick them up. Right now I am going through my stepson's room. As I said earlier, he was sick, and so usually once he goes back to his mom's, I like to disinfect everything if he comes back to us sick. And right now I'm just taking all of his bedding and I'm going to throw it in the wash. I use the hottest setting I can, and I use the OxiClean sanitizing powder as well as just regular soap. You can see here that I am in different clothes, and this is a couple days later. I didn't get back to making his bed until a couple days later. I like to spend all of my time that my son is awake with him. I don't really do much cleaning at all. I just like to focus on him, and then I clean and do everything else during nap time. After I get done making his bed, I just like to go through and do a quick carpet cleaning, just vacuuming. And I don't really have a really nice vacuum. I do have the handheld Dyson, but I don't have the attachment to make it into like a long regular vacuum, so I just have like a cheap Dirt Devil. I do not have a lot of carpet in my house. It's basically his bedroom and a carpet in our living room, and that's about it. We are doing an addition to our house, and it's going to be fully carpeted, so it's going to be another 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a huge basement. And so I plan on getting a better vacuum after that's done. Going back to the previous day, I am just cleaning up the kitchen, so sometimes when I do have to do dishes, or I need to make dinner, or make any sort of meals, and my son is awake, I like to bring him into the kitchen with me and just let him play with whatever, and I usually put him in his high chair and he will be satisfied playing with measuring cups and spoons and things like that until I'm done. I decided to go ahead and clean out our dog's bowl. We have a lab, a yellow lab. He's about 9-10 months old, and I just like to do this once a week. I really like to give it a good scrub down and just to get all the little germies out. One thing I'll make mention here is that I do not use the same scrub brush as I use on the bottles. I have one very specifically for baby bottles, and I don't use the Scrub Mummy sponge on my dog's dishes. Even though I use antibacterial soap, I'm just really weird about that, and I don't like to cross-contaminate.
In a disco-colored room, hearts are blooming. It's so consuming. Love what you're doing, so good that I'm doomed, yeah. Baby, you make me crazy. I'm seeing roses. Baby, just maybe you save me. Oh, take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes.
Once that's all clean, I'm just going to go ahead and take everything out of the laundry room and just going to give it a good sweeping. It gets really dusty and dirty in here because this is one point of entry from the garage into the house, and so it gets dirty pretty often, as well as our entryway. Living in Alaska, and it's very common with cold weather areas that get lots of snow and lots of rain and mud and things like that, is that we do not wear our shoes in the house. I don't even care if they're brand new clean shoes, we don't wear them in the house. And that is just something that I grew up with, and that's something that I'll continue on with my family as well. When that's done, I'm just going to go through, and I'm using the Mrs. Meyer's Everyday Cleaner, the multi-purpose cleaner, and I'm just dusting off the baseboard and as well as the trim. Something that I purchased that you will see in the previous clip was I purchased the Bissell Crosswave. It's the one with the steam, and I absolutely love it. I saw another person on YouTube use it, and I was like, okay, I have to give this a try. So it vacuums and it mops your floor and sanitizes when you use the steam setting all in one. And let me tell you, it works so good. I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, okay, this thing is going to get all gunged up and it's just not going to do very well. And I was wrong. It did really, really good. And I love using it. It makes my floors smell good. It makes my whole house smell good. They have a lot of different formula options that you can use. They have a sanitizing one, which basically disinfects your floors. They have one made for pets. They have one made for hardwood floors. They have all sorts of different kinds, and I'm using the pet one now, and it actually has Febreze in it, and so it makes my house smell super, super good.
Lighten up your eyes, take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now.
There is only one downside, I would say, to this machine, and that is it's corded. You never have to worry about battery life, and you always have tons of power whenever you need it all the time, and you don't have to worry about it charging, but the cord does get in the way.
So good that I'm rolling. Baby, you make me
So I like to dump it out because it will actually stop working and stop suctioning when there's too much in the little tank and when it gets full of hair. And so it's kind of like a self-preservation mechanism. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. And so it will just stop, and so then I dump it out and I clean it out, and then I continue on and use the rest of my formula. Thank you for joining me on this everyday clean with me and the things that I do just about every single day. If you like cleaning motivation and recipes, as well as organizational motivation, please subscribe to my channel, and if you would, give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and we'll see you next time.
So good.